Hello, in this video I'll be showing some of the improvements I've made to the sorting system I've been using. The most obvious change is that there are no longer any item frames. That's because humans aren't really meant to interact with the wall anymore. Also, you may notice that there is no chest up here for the input to the system. That's actually moved to down here. The items still come in through a tesseract. They're sorted and stone gets sent to its own channel, and then things get put into this chest. Then this computer decides which stack of items to send, and then it sends it, communicates to the turtle, which puts down a tesseract, and then the computer pushes the item from here into the tesseract, which then enters the turtle's inventory. The whole thing is sped up because the turtle no longer needs to return to its home position every time it gets a new stack of items. It uses GPS to keep track of its position. Another benefit of using GPS is that when it gets broken and you need to do some work on it, and you need to set it back up, you no longer have to place it right there. You can place it anywhere along the entire wall, and it will find its way. So when you place it, it'll start up. First thing it does is turn right, because it no longer turns left or right and goes forward to travel along horizontally. It goes forward or backwards, depending on where it needs to go. Usually that would be a problem because of drop. Drop only works towards the front and up and down, but it's actually wrapping the deep storage units as a peripheral and then pulling the items into them through that way. So it turns right, and it says that it needed an item tesseract. So you place that in this slot, and it will begin, and there it goes. So you can see it was storing dirt, and this is the chest for dirt. Oak saplings goes down here, and again it never has to turn, which I think speeds it up a little bit. And then the biggest speed is the tesseract. So now that the items are stored in the chests, or the deep storage units rather, they need to be retrieved. So you want to get, let's say, some torches. Well, there's actually two ways to do that now. First way that I implemented was with Open Peripherals Glasses Bridge, I think it's called. And to do that, you have to type $, and so I was going to get torches. Let's type in torch. Okay, so it prints up here. There's two options. I can choose one for torch or two for redstone torch, and let's choose one. And then it'll ask how many. It can actually carry 960, but I haven't updated the number. So let's go ahead and get 256 torches, and it'll go down to the correct place. Because I chose 256, it will fill up 4 spots and then send them through the tesseract into this. So now there's 256 torches. I don't really need that many, so let's put them back, and they'll be sent to the sorting system. That's the first way, and it works pretty well, especially when you're away from everything, but it is a lot of typing. So say if I misspell something like, well, there's a misspelling, torch, well, nothing shows up, so then you have to clear it by just sending a blank string and then typing torch. So another method that I think is a bit easier is to use this. So let's type in torch. If the string is matched exactly, it will remove all other items. So there's that, or chest. So there's chest plate and, well, chest plate or chest. Once you complete the string, it will only leave that, which is especially nice, I think, for redstone, because there are a lot of items that have redstone in the name, but if all you want is regular redstone, it pops up really quick. And again, this will send it to here and pick up some redstone. So what if you're in a completely different part of the map and you need to get something from the wall? Well, there's no range limit on the glasses bridge, so you can type in what you need, tell it how many, and it will be sent to the wall, which is not so good. But you can type in options, and the destination option will allow you to choose one of many, apparently, destination options. So I'm currently at number 13, which is other mountain. So if I type in 1.3, it'll choose that. You can see it's now saying it'll deliver to other mountain, which is this. So let's try that again. Iron ingot, 10, and it'll show up right there. Because the turtle doesn't go home every time, if you request more iron ingots, it will do it pretty fast. After about 60 seconds, I forget what I have it configured to, it will go back to the wall output destination. So in case you forget that you have it rerouted to somewhere else, it will go there. Every time the turtles get a go-to request, they check their fuel level. If it's below a certain amount, they will refuel until it's above a certain amount. I'm using this computer up here. It just sits here and waits for fuel requests. So a turtle will check its fuel and say, okay, I need to get more. It'll place a tesseract and send a request to here. This computer then shoves charcoal from the deep storage unit into the tesseract. And when the turtle places the tesseract to receive the fuel, it will be on the correct frequency to receive it. So then it'll just get a stack, refuel, request another stack, and keep going and going until it's above however much the fuel level it needs to be. Another significant change from the first time around is in the top left. You can see there's a bit of a status going on. So it tells you what the sorting turtle is doing. If it gets jammed up, it will print an error up here, something like GPS error, or there's nothing for out of fuel yet, but I suppose I could add that. A retriever, if we send it for something, it'll say fetching 1 iron ingot. And also items can be queued. So just there you saw that there were some items in the queue. That's taken care of with this computer. Anytime an item is needed from the wall, the request gets sent here, and then added to the queue, or sent directly to the turtle. If there's more than one, or if the turtle is currently doing something, it'll be added to the queue. Otherwise, it gets sent directly to the turtle. The open peripheral glasses bridge, that's a mouthful, interface is handled with the computer right in front of me. So if I type in, let's see, door, it'll show up. I guess I'll have to finish selecting my options. 1 door. So now it'll say iron door. This is the queue computer, and this is the interface computer. So the sender, or the from, is interface to its queue. Another handy feature of the retrieval functionality of the system is that computers can send the requests by themselves and not have to wait for human interaction. So this computer, for instance, checks the how many items there are in slot 8 of this squeezer. So right now there's 63 seeds. If you go in here, it says 63. When there's no more seeds left in here, it will request, well, I guess we can wait and see. I think it's 576. Yeah, so 576 seeds are requested from the wall and sent to this tesseract, which then fill up all of these spots. That way I can be completely stocked with seed oil and never have to worry about running out. So there's plenty just laying around everywhere. Besides the basic retrieval functionality, I think my favorite ability is to call up items to be crafted. So right now it's bucket. If you press the D button, you can display what's currently in the recipe. So that's what makes a bucket. So let's load a different one though. If you push L for load recipe, you can scroll through and pick a different one. Actually, there's no scrolling yet, but let's make, oh, I don't know, a computer. Okay, so there's a computer in there. We can select that and let's display it. So there's a bunch of stone, redstone, glass pane. Okay, so we can either quit or clear or all those other options, but let's make one. And instead of 1, let's make 10. So now it will empty the inventory in here, as well as in the chest below it. And then, as you can see, it's adding items to the queue for the retriever. So it's getting some stone, redstone, and glass panes. And it will wait for those items to be retrieved, and it'll check this chest for them. So it sees that there's 70 stone in the chest, and now there's 10 redstone, and pretty soon there will be the rest of it. It goes pretty quick for certain items, and so right about now there should be 10 computers popping out. I gotta take a look at this because the speed actually went down considerably recently. Usually it just drops the items straight into here, which gets sent to be sorted, but for demonstrations I just had it put here. Say I was trying to make a deep storage unit, or probably many of them, and I did not have enough ender pearls. It would still request them, and when it did not get the amount that it wanted, it would simply time out after I think 120 seconds and put all the items back in to be sorted. I'd like to implement a system for knowing how many of what item there are, but I think I would have to restart the entire thing or refill every chest because the deep storage units don't have a way for the computers to see how many are stored inside of them. They can see that there's 64 here, but it would be really nice if I could see this number as well. You can also add new recipes, and the way you do that is by clearing the current one, so push C, and then filling in the blanks for what you need the recipe to be. So right now it's blank. Let's do tripwire hooks, which I believe are iron ingot, and then a stick, and an oak wood plank. So now that the recipe is set up, we can double check to make sure it was entered correctly. In order to add new items, you just select the spot and press enter. So to name it, push N for that, and this is called a tripwire hook. Tripwire hook. So now you can see that it's renamed and the recipe is in order. So let's save it, push S, it'll say recipe saved, okay, and let's make some. Let's do, I don't know, 5. Okay, so it sends requests for sticks, iron ingots, and oak wood planks. And it shouldn't be too long, they're all near the top of the wall. It doesn't last very long, but at the end you can see it'll say finish making however many of the item. For this one, it's going to make 2 times whatever number I made or I requested, so it will be 10 instead of the 5 that I told it to make. Okay, so now it's got all the items. It's going to place them in their spots, and then make 10. Okay, yeah, it goes by pretty quick, but here they are, 10 tripwire hooks. I think that about covers all the features of the new system. As you can see, it's not the fastest in the world, even with the increased speed. I was running 2 quarries, 2 64 by 64 quarries feeding this, so I guess I can understand why it's backed up. Some ideas for the future are running multiple turtles to store items. I'm pretty happy with it right now, so I don't think I'll be making any major changes to how the system works. Plus I have other projects that are I'd like to finish before then.